Alright guys, it's been a while since I've posted on here. I'm way deep into this project. I should have been making videos from the beginning, but I was getting more hits and everything on Instagram and TikTok and other platforms. But I decided it's time to throw this on here. I don't even think I posted. So a couple months ago, probably like 7 months ago, 6 months ago, I bought a super minty fresh MX-32 Cressida. It was gonna be my girlfriend's car. We drove for a week, blew a head gasket, cracked the head, destroyed the timing. Just 1 second it was running good, next second just catastrophic failure. So I got pissed off. Didn't want to try to source all the parts, everything out. I just listed it, was gonna flip it, make money, whatever, and I put on there either trade for an 8.6 or a Celica liftback. I ended up trading the Cressida for 2 liftbacks, one of which I put together for my girlfriend. She didn't like it, so I flipped that and have basically dumped most of the money into this thing. So the other one I got was too clean and unmolested. This thing was kind of hammered on, so I was like, you know what, this will be my car. You can have the clean automatic, and so I didn't feel bad about this thing. I mean, it had some rust. It was pretty bad. But I've hunted out lots of very rare parts. These wheels were a display piece for SSR over in Japan. They kind of traveled around Japan and went to car shows. I'm in the process of, I have a new dash pad and everything put in it. I'm putting 280Z seats in it. I don't know if I said this, but this car's name is Zelica. And there is a reason for that. I'll give you a second to guess. And they bolted an L28 in it. So, as far as I'm aware of, I'm the only person that's done this, or currently is going to be running this. This is a mock-up engine. I paid $100 for engine, transmission, complete everything. I modified some universal LS mounts, hacked them apart, and then used a partial factory and the LS mounts, mounted it in. I did not modify the firewall. I did not modify. No major components were harmed in bolting this engine in. Super close, super close to a bolt in. The only thing I had to do, if you can look and see, that's all I had to cut out for the shifter. I got some room. I mean, that's all the way back in second gear. So, easiest swap I could have asked for. And so I was questioning whether, no one knew what was up with this engine. I tore it apart, and it turns out it's bored 30 over, and it's had some head work and everything done to it, and looks like it was fired off once, twice, and then just sat. But that alarms me of why it sat. So while contemplating what I was going to do with this, I found a rebuilt engine that I'm currently going through to make sure everything's cool. My shop is destroyed like it always is, but so this will be the engine that goes into it. Doing the timing chain and just kind of going through this thing. Score for $400. So I'm in 2 L28s, $500. But header clears, I mean, like, I had to do no modifications. The factory transmission mount lined up dead center. So I used a solid mount from Z Society. It wasn't Z Society. Z Car Depot or something like that. But it bolted right in the center of the factory cross member. And like I said too, I mean, all I had to do was use those universal plates, welded this all up. You can still see the factory mount. So easy. To mount this thing in the car, I'm in it under $100. Body kit, very expensive. Wheels, very expensive. It's floating off right now. So, I guess it's under enough pressure. But I have a really tight fitment between the flares and perfect offsets. And brand new SSR MK1s. So I'm hoping in the next couple weeks to have this thing fired off. One thing I got to modify now is my wiring for the alternator. And I'm going to wire in an HEI module to support the electronic ignition. So shouldn't be too terrible. I mean, once I get the carbs and everything bolted up and the engine bolted in, everything's good, I'm going to fire it up. No radiator, no nothing, just fire it off, pour a little gas in the carbs, get it to run, and then gonna go from there. I have plenty of room for the alternator, or not alternator, the radiator, believe it or not. I have 7 inches, and if I have to, I can slightly modify this bracket and cut this out and give me a little more room. But from what I'm looking, it looks like a older style radiator for one of these Celicas will fit. And then my cap for the radiator should sit right about here. Obviously electric fans, but I got plenty of room for activities. So stay tuned. I will be posting updates of Zelica.